we've seen some pretty big and exciting developments in this market cycle for Cardano, some pretty big steps forward that have me really excited about the future, and I'm sure you guys as well. In fact, we saw this come out yesterday that the Cardano treasury has surpassed 1.8 billion ADA, making it the largest self-governed treasury in the world. And now we obviously have a question of, what do we do with that? Do we do some marketing? Do we bring in stables? And those are discussions for a different video, but you can't help but think about all these ways that Cardano has taken steps forward, and we're really accelerating towards big government and enterprise adoption. That'll be a big, big deal. But now it's a question of, how do you get retail to adopt ADA? And it might be more complex than people understand, but it might be more simple than people understand. And I want to talk about this with you guys. I was watching this video yesterday, actually by Virtual Bacon. And this is the more complex side, the more complex reasoning why. And what he actually said was both XRP and ADA have huge fan bases. Both will get ETFs approved likely this year, and both are ISO 20022 compliant. Whenever retail comes back, the first two coins they get into are XRP and Cardano. And I would argue that ADA has always been a better later market performer, and it might be for reasons that people are not anticipating. And that got me thinking about this bell curve meme that I've seen many times before. I'm sure you guys have seen this as well. You have this is not to offend anyone, but you have the super smart, long-term thinking, complex thinkers, right? And then you have the people that just are like, price is cheap and price go moon, right? And then you have the people in the middle that kind of overthink things. And I think that right now we've seen a lot of these people. We look at these big developments, we're excited about on a complex scale what that can do for Cardano adoption. And then right now we have a lot of people that are kind of stuck in the middle here that are overthinking things, that say, oh yeah, this coin performed ADA better than ADA so far, so this coin is the one to be. And that's the wrong way to think. First of all, right? If this coin has already got the X's, but this one hasn't, why are you chasing the X's that have already happened? That means this coin has more opportunity. But people don't think about that. As always, this isn't financial advice. People can do whatever the hell they want. But eventually, we're going to see a lot of these people come in. And again, this isn't to make fun of anybody or anything like that. This is more on a psychological level, how adoption happens. And when we look at these top coins in the space, the ones that are truly in every single exchange in the world, we can compare price on them. Has nothing to do with market cap or volume or anything like that. This is usually what they see. Do you think retail is going to be more likely to adopt something that's $108,000, $2,500, $660, $151, or are they more likely to adopt something that's 58 cents? For the most part, people that are going to be coming into crypto, especially in the middle, they don't really care about tech. Yes, tech will eventually be a big driver of adoption in this space, but right now it's not. And they look at how much can I get for my money? And I will say that obviously there are some coins that are cheaper, like Dogecoin and Tron. And if you really want to get, not way down there, but if you really want to drop lower, something like Shiba Inu, which, guys, I've actually talked about this in terms of Shiba Inu before. The reason why those coins tend to perform better is because on a psychological level, people feel like they're getting way more for their money. And that's one reason why I think that ADA tends to do better later in market cycles. It's because the supply is higher, so it allows price to be cheaper. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? And then a lot of these people in the middle, they get frustrated because they thought this coin was absolute junk or dead, and then it just runs out of nowhere and people get left behind. And actually they get stuck chasing. And then you hit some pretty insane highs. How many times have we seen this happen, guys? It's not rocket science, all right? It's just pure psychology. So what I will say is that, Cardano's done a very good job of having the right developments at the right time, actually getting us prepared for when this big adoption takes place. And I'm really curious to see how things are going to perform when retail does start flocking to the Cardano ecosystem. Again, I think a big part of this is going to be government and enterprise. But when we talk about actually prepping for the masses, when you prep for scalability, when you need to keep fees cheap, when you need to have 100% uptime, Cardano's been prepared for this for a very long period of time. The only downside to Cardano is that we didn't have smart contracts earlier. Unfortunately, we got that at the height of the last market cycle, and that's the exact reason why we didn't see huge Cardano DeFi growth. It's really simple, guys. All right? We had the right stuff at just the wrong time. Now, this market cycle, we've done a great job of taking these steps forward and actually prepping for the right time. We have not seen the biggest boom yet in crypto. We have not seen the biggest adoption in terms of DeFi yet. Those times are coming. Those are late market cycle stuff. And so if you start to see Cardano or ADA performing exceptionally well, if you see it, in an ETF product, if you see adoption happening from government and enterprise, you're likely to see ADA start performing better in terms of price. And I lost my train of thought. I completely forgot where I was going with that. But I remember now. That is exactly how you can get to a point where retail starts adopting the chain itself. That's when we start seeing a lot more of the retail driven projects, some of the DeFi projects, right? Decentralized finance, where you start seeing NFTs and meme coins. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but even later in 2022, we've seen kind of these bursts of tests with Cardano. We actually saw us become the number 2 used blockchain in all NFTs at one point. I think this was November of 2022, if my memory serves me correct, and people can check on that if they want. But I feel like all these things have kind of brought us to this moment where Cardano is prepped and ready to go, and maybe we just need a little bit of these people to get in. So just my thoughts, right? So appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.